I'm checking.
Okay, here we go.
All right, we got
We're
there.
on the difficulty screen.
We're
Yay!
where we need to be. Awesome. I'm going to just very quickly move around a bunch of windows. We just did a little bit of magic to get all this to happen. Hooray, we got there though. That's the important thing.
Exactly.
Please choose your skill level.
All right. We got it. Let's just go ahead. Let's do this and fingers crossed. Ready? Let's go.
Welcome to...
And the very first thing we're going to do to make sure that this run is indeed the one that actually works, we got to wish Bobbin happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bobbin.
No. That's not enough. We are singing Bobbin happy birthday. I will do it. I will sing it because trying to sync that on Discord, we know, is a problem. But that's okay. I can sing it for Bobbin. So while we do this walk, I will sing happy birthday for Bobbin, and we hope that will give us good luck. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobbin. Happy birthday to you. And now it's all gonna go into the garbage. That's nothing we can control for. It's just poor Bobbin. Hashtag poor Bobbin. So, Loom, excellent 90s point-and-click adventure game. Lets you use magic to cast spells instead of having to do anything odd with like your inventory or with like nouns or anything and verbs. No, we don't do any of that. We don't care about any of that. Instead, what do we care about? We care about swans. That is actually what this game is about.
It's heavier than it looks.
It's about Bobbin's quest to find his missing swan mom. I promise that she is a swan. She is not a goose. The Hetchel question marks. As honk. Hetchel Hetchel's supposed to be a black swan. So
you may have noticed that Schala got a music staff on her screen now.
Yes.
That is how you cast spells, or what we would call weaving drafts in this game. It's a music-based system. And Schala likes to play on the standard difficulty, which is why you can even see that music staff. Yep. Basically, the only difference in the difficulties in this game is whether you can see the music staff and if you can actually see the notes light up when you hear a tune you haven't learned yet, basically.
Yeah. If you're also playing on practice mode, additionally, it will spell out the draft at the bottom of the screen for you. But here's the fun thing about Loom. So there is exactly one bit of RNG in Loom, and that is which draft list you are on. Otherwise, so once you know which list you're on, of which there are 4, once you know which list you're on, those songs will be the same every time you play. But every time you start a new file, the RNG will decide which draft list you're on. There are a few songs, though, that are always the same. The first one being Open.
Yeah, so Schala is actually using the open draft on the sky here. Yeah, that's the kind of power we're talking about. It actually makes some lightning come down and strike this tree right next to you.
Bye, tree! It becomes our tree boat. Not as cool as a boat or cycle, but it's fine. It will do what we need it to do. I had to admit, so when I was playing this game casually, that was like one of the puzzles that I got kind of stuck on. And then Oren, my girlfriend, and the person who suggested that I play this game, they told me to go look in the cemetery for a while and you'll figure it out. I'm like, excuse me? It's because we won't be clicking it, but this tombstone here tells you exactly how to figure out the puzzle. They're like, go open the sky. You're like, oh, okay, thanks, Mom. No, I didn't. I escaped out. We did not see the bunny get hurt. The bunny is fine. Don't worry about it. So now we gotta go talk to some trees. See.
There's an owl in there.
Okay.
So this is the moment of truth here because Scala's about to learn the night vision draft, which allows you to see in dark places.
Another owl.
And this draft tells us which set of the 4 that she's going to be using for the rest of the game. 2 of them have the same night vision, in which case she'll
Oh,
also
so
have to
owls
pay
in these
attention
woods.
to the straw to gold, but otherwise, gonna get it.
All right. So this is the one where we have the overlap. So the CDDC. I actually have a theory, Motos. Do you want to prove a theory
All
on
the
live
holes are
on
full
stream
now.
with me?
Sure, why not?
This is a thing I thought about because it shouldn't actually change anything. Hello, hey, I clicked off the screen. Thank you. It shouldn't change anything timer routing wise, but you know, we could also go talk to the die pot. And the die pot we have to talk to anyway. We don't actually have to talk to the spinning wheel. So why not just talk to the die pot to get what the change of a list should be?
That is true. Die first versus straw to gold first is kind of a debate right now. Nobody's timed it out. It appears to be pretty much the same whichever way you go. And this way you avoid a soft lock actually potential on this screen.
I hate that color.
Right.
This wall hasn't been done.
F's in chat for the color green.
Nope. Wasn't that it? Oh wait, no, it's the other one, isn't it? It is. Okay. Yep.
Guess that isn't a...
So it is indeed 4. There we go. Yeah, and we won't get soft locked because you can get soft
Colour
locked
changed.
walking out this door. I don't know. It's a thought, Motos. We'll have to have a debate about this. We're going to be debating a whole bunch of things about this game in the near future.
Yeah, so side before we get too far into the run, SchalaKitty is actually going to be running this game at RPG Limit Break. The game list came out 2 days ago, so this is excellent that it was already selected to be run during this marathon as well, so you can get a little
Yes.
sneak peek.
Congratulations.
Well, now let's be 100% accurate. It is also going to be run by
I don't think I spun that
Lord
right.
Master Motos. Wait. 2, 3.
I don't think
What?
I spun that right.
That should be it, right? E.
I don't think I spun that right.
This is my second most messed up screen in the entire game, which is lucky it's here at the beginning.
It might help to point at something
Wheel, help me out
first.
here. Yeah. Why is it not accepting E? Weird. What is going on? Okay. You're supposed to be able to do that without clicking the wheel, right?
No, you actually have to hear it.
I'm almost 100. Okay, I almost thought you didn't have to hear it. I almost could swore I've done it without having to hear it. That's okay, fine. We're off the island. We're going. We're leaving. No, don't go back into the TARDIS tent, Bobbin.
Yeah, in case you didn't notice, the Weaver's tents are bigger on the inside because, once again, they can weave reality. This is OP. And actually, part of the lore of this game is that their powers were so OP that they kind of ended unilaterally the last war between the guilds because no one could compete with them. They just sort of said, "Okay, we're stopping fighting now, or we'll just win."
But we are now off the island. We got our F note, which is always required for the twist untwist
I think
spell.
that's close enough.
So one thing we should talk about is the fact that some spells can be played forwards or backwards, and when you play it backwards, it will reverse the effect. So we learned twist from the twister, and when we play it backwards, we then learn untwist. But there's some drafts that are palindromes, so they only do one effect. And we'll be learning one of those in just a bit.
Yeah, I guess this is the point where we usually talk about some of the actual strategy of this speed run. Despite being a point-and-click adventure game, you'd be surprised at how much we're cutting out of this. Not just cutscenes, but there is a lot of optional content that you don't actually have to see, including areas and characters that we never see and never go into. So basically, we're using a basic route that was pioneered by Enchantress of Numbers way back. It's had some tweaks as we found new tricks. But the basic strategies are making sure you cast as soon as you can, not miskeying your casts because you can buffer them, but if you buffer them wrong, you can't. You don't really know until it starts playing. And then avoiding what we call backsteps, which is where you click a place the game doesn't like and Bobbin goes a direction that you didn't intend for him to go, which is really happens a lot. It's very difficult to get just the right clicks.
I often joke that basically Bobbin is just like a really big cat, and I'm just like sort of like always sort of shouting after him like, Bobbin, get Bobbin. I need you to go this way, please, Bobbin, please. This is actually one of my favorite little cutscene skips in the game. Whoop.
Not so.
Oh well.
Yeah, and
I got the glitch. Have you seen this, Motos?
Yeah, they're chilling.
They're just chilling now because what you're supposed to do is click the door, try to leave, skip the cutscene that happens, and then walk forward. And if you time it right, it should all work out just fine. But I accidentally clicked out of the door, back into the door really fast, and because of that, they're just chilling there.
Our esteemed Bishop Mandible
Also,
quite a
shout outs to these guys.
I don't doubt the Crucible.
They're my favorite NPCs.
The sassy scythe polishers.
I
They've
love
got all the
them.
gossip.
I love them and their hot goss discussion. It's so good. All right, I'm just gonna walk past y'all. Don't even mind me. All right, handbrake. It's a cutscene I can't skip.
One of the few. And while we're watching this, we should mention the way you learn new spells in this game is you have to hear them first. So you'll notice that Schala went to these shepherds and then turned around for seemingly no reason. That's because she learned how to be invisible from them. And this is partially how the game gates progress. There's that, and the fact that you have to learn all the spells you're going to need from a certain area before the game will let you progress past a point of no return. And it does that by limiting the amount of notes that you can play until you've actually learned all the songs that it knows you're going to need later.
Yep. Which we saw that on the island, and then we saw it again when we arrived here outside the city of the glass blowers. Which somehow they have bellevators. I don't know how it works. It's really cool though.
You probably shouldn't just ask.
Also, in the background of the glassblower city, there's like all these like cool hourglasses. They were supposed to be an extra puzzle, but it got cut out of the game. But they hadn't changed the artwork, so there you go. There's some Loom deep lore for y'all.
Yeah, MS Kane in chat is pointing out that there were multiple versions of this game. Yes, that is the case. There are versions with a full soundtrack, which you'll notice by the dead silence. This one does not have.
Nope.
This version is the VGA version that has voice acting instead. They didn't have the room for the music and the voice acting. And the reason we played this version is it's the one with those preset spell lists, and it's the most available. It's available on Steam for like $5 if you want to go get it.
Please actually play this game casually. This game is like so much better. This game is, I should say, we have a lot of fun with this game. But this game is actually super enjoyable, like just to go and like talk to all the characters, especially here in the VGA version where everyone has really fun voice acting. And it's like every character will have like all sorts of like different things to say. It all adds to the wonderful lore of the game. Like the game came with like an audio drama, so like a half-hour long audio drama that explained all like the backstory that we never see. It's all really, really cool and like surprisingly well. Like I should say surprisingly, but for its time, there we go. For its time, there's like so much love and care that went into this game.
And
that's true. And Scala's going to learn the heal draft here, but heal requires the A note, which Scala doesn't have yet. So rip. Sorry, little sheep. But I really want chat. to get your Oz ready in chat because we're about to have the first instance of Oz. After you see all the sheep turn green, get them ready.
Poor
I wish I were
Chat is
better
just
with
going to
them.
be just full of screams.
The flock is out to pasture. You'll find them there. Go forth, wizard, and may you return safely to our
Okay.
fold.
Go out the door. Yeah, get out the door. Easy peasy. Let's go dye some sheep. Dye some sheep. It's like when you're in Minecraft and you're dyeing sheep.
Grass green, we hate that color.
I hit it just a second early. You have to wait until the screen has completely stopped moving. There we go. Now we're good. Anyway, here you go, chat. Get out those scream.
Where'd all the sheep go?
They have vanished, and we saved them from the dragon, who has one of the best voices in the whole game.
Well, what have we here?
Yeah, and this is also one of the first parts of the game where you have a lot of options on how to progress from here. Usually you would use the sleep draft, which we could have learned from a shepherd. But that being said, of course, on this route, we don't learn any optional drafts. There's always a way for a draft that you've learned to do something that an optional draft could have done in a more logical way. Like you're supposed to put this dragon to sleep, and instead we're going to scare her with fire instead, because apparently she is a dragon who is scared of fire.
Oh, so me.
I mean, I went like while I was practicing, I accidentally got into the conversation with her. Like if you just like talk to her and you don't like cast the spell, and she goes into like this whole big thing about like her being touchy about fire. And how it makes being a dragon hard.
Last of me, you cheeky brat!
Also, she calls Bobbin a cheeky brat, which is 100% exactly what Bobbin is.
Yeah, this is real talk. He is very cheeky.
That's okay.
Very, very.
This is the hardest screen in the game that Schala's in right here. And remember how mad that dragon was at Bobbin. That's important later on.
That is important. Also, be sure to make sure that when you hit your keys, hit them with intention.
It looked like a face when you had the draft part up.
It does look a little bit like a face. Anyway, here's the secret. You go into it's the first staircase. You go into the first of the when you face like the two doors. You go into the first one. You're going to come later to another set of two doors. You go into the second one. There you go. I've saved you so much trouble if you want to play this game casually. But anyway, it's time to walk through the caves. Margie, do you have any wonderful donations for us while we're walking through this cave?
I do. We have several donations.
Oh my goodness, everyone's been so generous, and I've just been here talking. Go ahead, Margie. We have some time.
We have $20 from David TKI
Hey!
that says, "Eek! Fire!
Fire!"
We have $55 from Leggy Starscream that says, "Good luck, Schala!" And that went to name one of the Warriors of Light in the next run after this.
Ooh.
Noemi,
Aw.
if I said that right. And then $4 from Demi that says, "Is it nice things about Schala time?"
1 second.
Of course.
Scream.
Huh?
No, there's a screaming game, so you have to do the scream.
Guess I won't be going back that way.
I didn't get the note skip. That's fine. Go ahead and finish up, and then we'll explain what happened there.
Okay, so nice things about Schala time. Of course.
Aw.
Schala and I had the nicest hug ever at AGDQ 19, and I'm so glad we've become such good friends.
Aw, Demi. Yes, that was an amazing hug. Demi is a top tier hugger.
Can confirm. And Porum, or rather the money goes to name Porum Rivers.
I am appreciating the Porum Palum bid wars that are happening for FF4.
It's pretty fantastic.
It's 100% fantastic. So, the one thing we do have to do in the cave is we have to get the reflect draft. All we have to do though is just click that pond and see the little drop of water go down. If you're fast enough, you don't even hear any of the notes. And now that we're out of the pond, sorry, out of the caves, we're gonna go meet Rusty here, who's currently making some bad life choices.
Yeah, so Bobbin it is his birthday. He has become an adult on this day, and he's already doing crimes with ultimate identity theft.
See, now the way I have taken to explaining this to maybe paint Bobbin in a bit more of an innocent light is that Bobbin's just going to do his best Rusty cosplay. Look at that. What cosplayer wouldn't like pay like thousands of dollars to have the reflect spell? You just, can just become whoever you want. Also, shout outs to the guard here.
Hello, young nailbender.
Hello, wonderful guard. If you try to go in when you don't look like Rusty, he'll just get mad at you. Just tell you to go away. It's like, no, but I want to come into the worst screen in the entire game. Hi, everybody.
We apologize for this screen. We just do.
It's like, hi. We couldn't put in any music into this game, but do you want this screen where there's nothing but the sound of pounding hammers? Because that's what you're getting instead.
The pathing on the screen is just preparing you for Final Fantasy VII.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I want to sleep. I want to sleep on the straw. No one has ever said that straw looked awfully comfortable. No one.
There's actually some lore here. It's actually enchanted with the sleep drafts to make it enticing.
That's right. I remember that now. So quick lore update. So Bobbin, when he came back here as Rusty, they saw the diff staff. They thought it was a kindling for the fire. Bobbin, as Rusty, got yelled at and basically sent to his room, which was also kind of a punishment room. There's questions, but real now time. Voice acting.
Blade shaper, Your Excellency. How's it coming there, Edgewise? I'm just putting the edge on the last sword.
All of the blacksmiths pretty much have the best voice acting in the game. They're amazing.
Let's get it finished.
I love it.
You share with me a historic moment, Foreman. The forging of the 10,000th sword marks the end of our preparations. How much longer must I wait?
So the guy in green here is like the initial villain of the game. And he's a very humble fellow. His name is Archbishop Mandible. He's the trans-ultimate apostle of the anti-secular conclave of clerics. And he's just trying to, do a little rule in the world.
Yeah, this is how it goes. Also, thankfully, that is a very easy twist spell. That is actually the most, to me, the most nerve-wracking screen in the game, because if you miss casting that spell, you have to listen to a whole other conversation. It takes like 2 minutes. But we were good. This is also my favorite part of the speedrun because it's just like a bunch of stuff happens and you're like, what? And because we skip all the cutscenes. So guy in the brown robe there, Cobb, he dead now. Bishop Mandible, he also dead now. A great and terrible evil has been released upon the world. Also, the dragon is just going to chase us into this hole that's opened up in reality. Oh, and also there's now a zombie army. Like, that's everything that we just skipped over.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And you're about to see just how good the heal heal draft is.
Yes.
Not only can it heal these holes in reality, you can also use the opposite of the open spell if you prefer. I prefer to use heal, so I'm using the same spell throughout this entire section. But the heal spell can also bring people back to life as long as these tears in reality are here, because their souls are still floating around. But we're not going to heal everyone we come across because Bobbin is not that great of a person.
Okay, yeah, Rusty. Rusty's real upset about being dead. Yeah, we know. We've all been there. Look.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Rusty's dead. The dragon thought he was us and killed him off screen.
Yeah, it's okay. Look, we fixed it. Look, sometimes you just need a little necromancy to fix your problems. Everyone's been there. We all went to college, right? All right. So we've gone ahead, we fixed like 2 holes in reality. We got 2 more to go. So this next one is going to bring us back to the Shepherd's Fold. You know what? These people were jerks. I'm sorry, please. Yeah, you could just go ahead and still be sad. No, I want no. They're sad. They're sad. No. This is the one thing that is like a little tricky about this game is you have to be very careful with the clicks. There we go.
Yeah, if you click an object once to target it for a draft, but if you click it more than once, you will now interact with it, which is
Yes.
not what you want.
Yes, we got there though. Especially because if you don't click anything, then Bobbin will just get all sassy and cheeky with you and be like, "You might help to point to something first. Whatever, Bobbin. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my boss." Anyway, bye.
He smacks his
No,
lips in
bye.
the most way. Oh yeah, that we don't know that guy, so bye.
Yeah.
We don't need to.
Oh. I accidentally reversed it, I realized. That's okay.
I need to choose.
Also, I like the fact, though, that now Bobbin will be, like, more reflective about stuff and be like, I need to choose my drafts more carefully, other than, I guess that isn't a draft. I like his, like, little show of emotional maturity over the course of this single day. By the way, this has only been one day, if you're paying attention. This all happens on one day of Bobbin's life.
It's been a really long day.
It's, like, been, like, a super long day.
Bobbin is about to discover the best power in this game, and that is the power to actually walk faster.
Yes. Also, this is Bobbin meeting his mom. Bye, Mom. We're not going to talk to Bobbin's mom. Bobbin's mom is a swan, by the way.
Honk.
Honk. Yes, there's just a big old flock of geese. We're not talking to any of them. We're just going to go bye. Do. Yay, now we can run! Nope, Bobbin. It would help if I got to the end of the screen. Also, we don't have to go through that giant hallway again. Nope. Now we're gonna fight the final boss. And by fight the final boss, I mean we are going to try to save Hetchel. Hetchel's down here as the little black swan. Now she's been cooked. That's okay. We can fix that. Oops. Then she gets unmade. Don't think too hard about that one. And then we're going to just completely unmake the great Loom that is woven reality. I'm sure this won't have terrible implications, you know, like this, all of this whole big problem here in the middle of the screen. That's okay though. We learned the last. We learned the last of our notes.
The high C, and I love how Chaos just whiffs with this throw here.
Yeah.
Just I missed.
Yeah. Also, that was Chaos, a goddess of great and terrible nature, and time. I realize it is not going to time. There, time. Close enough.
And know that we will most assuredly meet again.
We don't. Spoiler alert, there was going to be, like, follow-ups and sequels to this game. That never happened.
Yeah, so as it stands now, literally at the end of the game, all the Weavers who have been transfigured over time basically just go to the other side of reality. They nope out, they leave the rest of the world to Chaos, and that's how it appears. They just left everyone else to kind of just suffer.
Bye!
But because the sequels never happened. Sorry.
But that was Loom. I hope you enjoyed it, chat. And thank you all for being super duper understanding with all the technical things. I'm going to let the credits play out. And while we're doing that, Margie, do we have any other absolutely wonderful and amazing and beautiful people who have been supporting our marathon?
We have lots of people who have supported our marathon so far.
You're all lovely.
None in the llast, 20 minutes or so.
Okay,
really.
that's
But
fine.
We do have a game coming up right after this that's going to be cutting off its donation incentives.
Yes, and by the way, thank you so much for all the generosity earlier. Because
of course.
Because of y'all, you know what y'all get? Y'all get puzzles. We're making Leggy do 4 extra puzzles.
Yay!
So if you like puzzles, oh my god, do we have puzzles for you? It's going to be fantastic.
Yay!
Also, this is like the one like good bit of music that we get to keep like in the game. So I always like enjoying it at the end. I should actually play like the it's EGA is the version that has all the songs, correct, Motos? And all like the extra like cutscenes.
Oh yeah, it's got extra cutscenes, it's got music everywhere. It's it actually runs faster as well.
I'll have to play it at some point. That's my goal for the next is to figure out how to play the EGA version. I'll get there. Shout out to the flute solo at the end of the song.
Rest in peace, Lucasfilm Games, aka LucasArts.
Rest in peace. All right.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to swap restreamers. So stream will go down temporarily, and then when we're all set, we'll come back up with Lucky Starscream and Final Fantasy 1 PSP, and I will definitely be around. I think I'm around tomorrow. Time is weird. It's a marathon. Don't worry, you'll see me. So going to go ahead, sign off, and y'all have yourselves. Oh, that's right. I'll be around in a little bit after this run. I'm coming back from Willow. That's what I'm coming back for. I can remember things.
You can do it, Schala. I believe in you.
I believe in all of us. So hope y'all have a good rest of the marathon, and I will see you all later. All right, going to go ahead and cut that stream.